Top 10 Best Cultivation Manhua with OPMC. Alright cultivation fans, listen up. We're about to dive into the top 10 best cultivation manhua with OPMCs, and let me tell you, these protagonists are not messing around. I'm your host, We Love Anime, and I'm here to showcase the most ridiculously overpowered, game-changing main characters that the cultivation genre has to offer. So get ready to be blown away, my friends, because we are about to unveil the top 10 cultivation manhua where the protagonists are so OP, it's almost unfair. So, let's dive in. Number 10. The Supreme Master. Our MC Hong Zheng was born a divine genius but totally got screwed over by his backstabbing childhood friends. Left for dead, he comes back 10 years later with the power of dragons on his side. And boy, is he ready to get some payback. Through an intense dragon body metamorphosis, Hong Zheng cultivates those golden bones and becomes an absolute unstoppable force. As the new Dragon Emperor, he is ready to crush anyone and everyone who dares to defy him. The art is stunning, the action is off the charts, and if you aren't a fan of OP protagonists who aren't afraid to get their hands dirty, the Supreme Master is a must-read. This guy is gonna stomp all over his enemies and reign supreme over the heavens and the earth. Number 9. Dominating the Town. Our MC Zhan Tian gets dealt a pretty rough hand in life. His dad abandons him, his mom destroys the whole 9 yards. But just when it seems like all hope is lost, a mysterious savior swoops in and recruits Zhan Tian to join the army. Over the next 10 years, Zhan Tian rises through the ranks, going from a lowly border pawn all the way up to being called the God of War. And just when you think the story can't get any crazier, Zhan Tian gets an imperial edict to return to Beijing and show everyone who is the boss. The art is stunning, the characters are awesome, and the action sequences will leave you on the edge of your seat. If you're craving a cultivation manhwa with an absolute powerhouse of an MC, Dominating the Town is definitely one to check out. Number 8. Without a Taoist partner, I will die. Imagine having a deadly family curse. If a black pattern shows up on your body, you are doomed to a horrific, painful death. That's the fate our poor MC is facing, until a powerful female cultivator literally drops into his life and forces him to start dual cultivating with her. Turns out, this crazy ritual is the only way to break the curse. With the help of a handy leveling system, our MC gets to work bulking up his cultivation all while dealing with this harem of cultivator ladies. The art is top-notch, the characters are a blast, and the overall premise is just completely bonkers. If you are a fan of harem stories with action, this manhwa is an absolute must-read. Number 7. Epic Reborn. Our MC, Chen Lei, is the former Emperor of Thunder who failed in his big ascension. But as fate would have it, he gets a second chance, reincarnating all the way back to his teenage years before his family was destroyed and his parents tragically passed away. With the memories of his past life, Chen Lei is determined to get it right this time. Using his enormous talent, he is gonna protect his family, crush his enemies, and hoard all the treasures in the world. And when he's not busy being an invincible supreme with the power to control the world, he's surrounded by a whole gaggle of pretty ladies. The premise is confusing, the power scaling is all over the place, and the constant bickering between the characters is just downright comical. Epic Reborn is the kind of manhwa that's just for time pass. Number 6. The Charm of Soul Pets. Our protagonist Chumu finds himself thrown into a brutal fight for survival on a remote island, but when he finally escapes, his journey is just beginning as he forms an unlikely bond with a mysterious Moonlight Fox companion. This manhwa is filled with intense action, drama, and a ruthlessly cunning main character who will stop at nothing to succeed. The story moves at a lightning pace, keeping you engaged throughout. If you can handle some dark themes, this is a must-read manhwa that will have you on the edge of your seat. Moving on to our number 5, the strongest body refiner in history. In the story, we follow Yi Kang Zuan, a grandmaster cultivator who dies while attempting the ultimate eternal heavenly tribulation. But when he wakes up, he finds himself reincarnated 2000 years later, with his sect now filled with arrogant upstarts. Despite having lost his godly powers, our protagonist is determined to whip his floundering sect back into shape, and he's not afraid to let a few overconfident youngsters get a taste of his true strength along the way. Packed with over-the-top action and more than a few fan service moments, this is a must-read manhwa for any fans. Number 4. Apocalyptic Forecast. Our MC Hua Shi, our hapless lead who can't catch a break. No friends, no money, he even botches a job interview to become a restaurant magician. But when the supernatural world finally comes knocking, Huashi discovers he has a game-breaking cheat on his side. With a cast of hilariously cast and dynamic characters, Apocalyptic Forecast blends dark comedy with some surprisingly intense action. The artwork may not be perfect, but the vibrant colors and original character designs more than make up for it. If you're looking for a Cultivation Manhua that thinks outside the box, this is one wild read you won't want to miss. Number 3. The First Ancestor. Our protagonist, Lin Feng, is stressed to the max, but he's got a secret weapon, a mysterious system that grants him special abilities. His main mission? To become #1 Grandmaster by establishing the most dominant sect in this new cultivation world. Armed with his wits, some goofy charm, and an OP system, Lin Feng starts recruiting disciples left and right, determined to whip them into shape and rise to the top. The story may not be the most original, but it's a fun, easy-to-follow ride packed with quirky characters and solid artwork. If you are a fan of cultivation stories with an overpowered MC, The First Ancestor is a great pick. Just be warned, there is an even better version of this premise out there in All Hail the Sect Leader. Number 2. Tire Providence, Secretly Cultivator. When Hanzu is reborn into Cultivation World, he quickly realizes he has an amazing cheat, the ability to roll the dice and re-roll his spiritual root attributes and innate talents. But instead of using his powers to immediately become overpowered, Hanzu decides to keep a low profile and cultivate in secret. The artwork is top-notch, and the author does the great job of balancing intense action with moments of clever comedy. If you are a fan of cultivation stories that thinks outside the box, Tire Providence, Secretly Cultivator is an absolute must-read. And finally, number 1. Martial Peak. In the series, our protagonist Yang Kai starts off as a humble sweeper but soon finds himself on a roller coaster ride to the top of the martial world. Armed with a mysterious black book, Yang Kai navigates treacherous trials, accumulates a harem of devoted wives, and constantly pushes the boundaries of his incredible talent. While the middle of the story can get a bit repetitive as Yang Kai ascends through one martial realm after another, Martial Peak really shines in his dynamic cast of characters, jaw-dropping action sequences, and the charming, if sometimes cliché, romantic subplots. Oh, and did we mention it updates daily? Talk about a manhwa that keeps you coming back for more. If you are a cultivation junkie looking for your next binge-worthy fix, Martial Peak is an absolute must-read. Wow, what a lineup of powerhouses we have just witnessed, fellow cultivators. Just remember, the manhwa universe is vast and there are countless more overpowered protagonists waiting to be discovered. The cultivation genre is ever evolving and the next generation of game-changing MCs is just around the corner. So keep exploring, keep reading, and keep an eye out for those protagonists who are about to turn the cultivation world on its head. I'm your host, We Love Anime, signing off. Until next time, stay thirsty for more OP cultivation action and keep reaching for the new heavens. Peace out.